Scorpio, this is Inspire 2016 with your monthly reading for the month of January 2020, focusing on your career and work life. I hope that you have a good month so far for the month of December, so Happy New Year. So let's get started with your readings. So the first card for you representing the present position of your spread towards the beginning of the month, you have the Five of Spades. So this card is actually indicative that during the beginning of the month of January, it looks like that you are having some kind of conflicts or some kind of a disagreement or some kind of a argument with somebody in your life. This can be your spouse, or it can be your family members, or your boss, or your work colleagues in some way. But I do not see it as something major. So if you can resolve it, it's better to deal with that once for all. So try to clarify them, what are their motive, what do they want it to do, or things like that. And try to not to consume with this kind of problem, because like this thing is not gonna help you in the long run. So it's better not to deal with that once for all. So the next card that you have representing the influence card or the bridge cards towards the middle of the month, you have the Two of Spades. So the Two of Spades indicates that somehow you have been appointed to have some kind of a new position or a location or some kind that you have to deal with, or you may have to decide whether or not you wanted to go with that promotion or with that relocation and sort of things. Because the thing is that there is a pros and cons. If everything is perfect and positive, then you don't need to decide. It's obvious decisions. But the thing is that there is a pros and cons. Like the cons, maybe you don't have access to your families. Maybe you need to go alone. You cannot bring your families there. But the pay, which is the pros and of this, decision will be you will get more pay of the salary that you have encountered right now. Maybe it's changing totally different states or countries. That's the reason why you get a significant amount of increase. So those type of thing happens as well. Otherwise, this can also be like you have an offer for two different jobs. They are totally different. Can be like the first job might be something that you are used to do, so you're confident to do it, but not really good pay. But the second option is totally different, but a significant increase of payment on that. So that can be something that you wanted to seriously decide and seriously think about it, so that you can go and have a better, life in general. So the next card, you are presenting the past position of your spread. You have the Eight of Hearts. So the Eight of Hearts here indicates that I think the talk of moving is actually have been going on in the past. So you might already hear this thing when you watch this video on YouTube. It looks like that the point is like that you will be there, or you will know that you are going to leave. It can be like end of the contract, or maybe you have decided to leave, or you have decided to go on these positions or new relocation and so on. So it's not coming as a surprise for you. So the next card that you are representing the things that you learned from the past, you have this Ace of Hearts. If this is related to these decisions, or this is something that you have in mind because something is suddenly popping out in the past, maybe you get a new job, or you get a new call from your parents that you needed to go home and like taking care of them. That possibly the thing that motivated you to taking on this new role, or taking on these relocations, or taking on this new job, or whatever it is. Possibly like you have to leave what you have right now, which is so much difficult. But the thing is that you needed to do it so that you can get through a better place that you are intended to do. Maybe that's the reason why you have to move, or you have to leave what you have right now. So the next card that you have representing the thing that you need to let go of, you have the 10 of club. So basically this card is actually even much more obvious since what I told you before. It looks like that whatever things that you have going on, like say projects or some kind of tasks, duties that you have been going on, possibly like responsibilities as well, that will be passing on to the other people. So those hard work or a lot of different things that you needed to go or to do every day, it will be taking over from your shoulders. That means there will be no more burdens. Can be like because you have to hand it over to another guy because you are leaving the company, which is obvious. So that's something that you needed to work on basically. And that's the reason why you are getting this on these positions. That means that you need to let go those things. So if you are attached to what you have done so far, you needed to let go. You know, you cannot holding on to the same thing and expect something new happen. So just be aware of that. So the next card that you have representing the future cards towards the end of the month, you have the 3 of Hearts. So this card is actually something that is very important that will happen towards the end of the month. If you're feeling sad or feeling regret or uncertain about things, what you want, whatever decision that you made in the middle of the month, it will certainly work out in your favor by the end of the month. So maybe suddenly the company say, oh yeah, you can bring your family members with you so that you can move together and live there. Those type of things can be happening. Maybe for first it's not possible, maybe because you have to they only sponsor one person, which is yourself. You cannot bring along some of your family members or things like that, but in the end they put more flexibilities on that, but maybe you have to bear the cost. So those type of things can be negotiated, and maybe you should, if you want it to be getting all what you want and still getting getting the positive on this job that you intended to take. So the thing is that don't be afraid to say it. So lastly, here to clarify the whole reading, at the bottom of the deck you have the 5 of Diamonds. So this card is actually associated to these changes. It may impact your paychecks. For instance, if you are leaving from one company to the other company, you may not get your first salary in the new company, and then you still haven't get paid from your last salary from the previous company that you are working on. So just bear in mind that you needed to have your own fund, like emergency fund that you have, so that you can pay your bills, so that you can pay your travel, you have to pay your foods and all of the necessary things. Because somehow you are leaving like the gap between them. You are leaving from one job that you haven't get paid, and then move to the new job that you still just starting out, you won't get paid either. So just be mindful on that. If you are getting paid later, make sure you have enough fun so that you don't have to having a hard time during the month of January. So I think that's overall readings here. It's pretty good, I would say. It's just an ending and new beginnings that you need to deal with on the month of January. And if you like the reading, just click like, and if you haven't subscribed, click subscribe and push the bell icon so that you get the notification every time we publish a new video. And if you want to donate to our channel, you can do so by sending your donation via PayPal to this email here. And Happy New Year, and see you next month. Thank you.